Alright, so for this video, I'm going to be mining Monero on my Raspberry Pi 3B. If I can mine it on a 3B, I can guarantee that almost any variant of the Raspberry Pi will work because it has quite low power. Now, outside of the Raspberry Pi, what you'll need is obviously your SD, and you also want to have an Ethernet cord as well as obviously a power cable, and you'll probably also want a PC because that would really help. So I'm gonna get into the video, and hopefully you do enjoy this, and it does help you learn how to mine Monero and use a Raspberry Pi to do that as well.
Alright, so at this point you want to come to your Pi, you want to open your terminal up here, or Control T will do the job. And the first thing you want to type is sudo apt-get update. Once that runs, we want to go sudo apt-get upgrade-y. I'll show you that in a second. -y. For me, this will probably finish a lot faster than what it will for you. That's because I've already installed a lot of this stuff. And then for the next part, we want to run this command. So just copy that out word for word. We're just downloading a ton of packages here. And then for our next step, we want to essentially download our actual code. So just here, run this code here, this URL. As you can see, I already have this CPU miner destination. So the next part is we want to open that. So cd, and it should just be CPU miner-multi. And so that'll just open up there. And now we want to go sudo./autogen.sh. Run this through. This could take a moment. It will take a lot faster for me again because I have already compiled this stuff. But yeah, don't be worried if it's taking a minute or so. Even for me, this is taking a bit of time. That's fine. So now for our next step, we want to again same kind of thing, but instead we're going to put configure in there. This will run a couple of things down here. If it runs stuff up there, that's fine. Alright, so next step is the same kind of thing, except this time we're going to put build.sh in, and we're going to go run again, or just hit enter, I should say. And this will probably take a while here. So at this point, you're probably going to want to go, we're going to want to go and let this do its thing, and we'll jump into Minergate. I'll show you that, and you guys can go create an account there. So let's go do that. Alright, so for the purposes of this video, we're using Minergate. Up in the top right corner, at this point, you're probably seeing a link to it. And so as you can see in Minergate, you can mine a range of different cryptocurrencies. But I'll just explain quickly why we use Minergate. So right now, if you try and mine a cryptocurrency on your own, you're not going to mine anything. Basically, to mine a cryptocurrency now, you need to work together in a large group. Otherwise, you have no hope of mining any amount. And because you have no hope about mining any amount, you're just not going to get anything. In a pool, you have the entire pool has quite a decent chance of mining cryptocurrency. Any type of cryptocurrency, whichever one you choose, your whole pool has then a chance of actually mining that. And then that's obviously subdivided between the people helping to mine in that pool. So that's why we use a pool. That's why we're using Minergate. And so yeah, let's jump back into the code. Hopefully that last compiling is done, and I'll show you how to continue our code. Alright, so I just jumped back into my Pi. I'll open a terminal. Alright, so we're going to go cd CPU miner-multi, and then I'll run this code here. So I'll just zoom in a little bit on that. And so basically you want to copy, I don't know what happened there, but you want to copy this code here. Obviously replace my email with yours, and we'll hit enter. And now it'll mine. So it could take anywhere between a second to a minute. before you see a yes. So basically, you'll quickly see that it is hashing. Hopefully, that appears pretty soon. But then it'll take a minute before you get yes, it has been approved. So that's what we're waiting for now. And I'll keep the recording on and probably just speed it up until that does happen. All right, there you go. So as you can see, we get these CPU here, so I'm just highlighting that. As hashing, and that'll just go over and over again. And then just here, you'll get occasionally it will say it's accepted, and you'll get this green yes. That's basically saying that yeah, you mined something, and you'll get something for that. And the more often that occurs, the better, obviously. But unfortunately for the Raspberry Pi, I'll go over that in a second. It's not very good, so I'll jump back out and show you that. Alright, so after running out of Raspberry Pi 3B, we saw that it was hashing about 6 hashes per second. This will represent really, really small amount of cryptocurrency mined on a per day basis. And so it's really not viable. Obviously, we factor in the cost of our electricity, and we are most certainly not going to make money from this. So if we instead look at our Raspberry Pi 4 with an 8GB CPU, we can see maybe around 100 Hz per second we can achieve, and you're going to be making around 30 cents per month. Although again, if you factor in power consumption, yeah, that's negative 5 cents there. So unfortunately, using Raspberry Pi isn't really going to be that viable, but it's just cool to know that you can use it for mining cryptocurrency. Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys that I am actually mining some Monero. So as you can see, I've made barely any, but a very small amount, and it is not worth much, but I just wanted to show you guys that yeah, you can indeed mine cryptocurrency on your Raspberry Pi, and this tutorial did show you how to do that. So my Raspberry Pi is running for Raspberry Pi 3B, and it's not producing a ton. I've run it over for 8 hours on and off to allow it to cool down.
Alright, I thought I'd just jump back into real life and just show you guys that it's set up with an Ethernet cord and a power cable, obviously. That's how I set up my Raspberry Pi. At least from what my experience, I needed a Ethernet cord. If it's not working with Wi-Fi, Ethernet cord is, for me at least, I found that it was the only way to go. Obviously, unfortunately, Raspberry Pis aren't really a viable way of mining any kind of cryptocurrency. Monero is one that you can do. Obviously, I just showed you how to do it, but unfortunately, it's just not that good. And maybe if you had a Raspberry Pi 4B with a 8GB of RAM, you may be able to do it. But again, I just showed you the statistics. It's really not that good for Raspberry Pi mining, but who knows? Maybe later I'll do a video and compare 3B Plus and a 3B and see how they go against each other. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got to this point, consider subscribing and leave a like, because it really does mean a lot to me and it would really help me out. So thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.